Need Mitch to give me some content because my if I don't upload on YouTube, then my algorithm thing goes down.
All right, you're on Financial Wars right now.
Okie dokie. Solid bet. All right, let's get rocking here. View channel. I think I am. Oh wow, I am. I don't have video or anything on YouTube, so it's kind of half. But it might be good enough for Mitch. Let me message her. Uh, then we'll get to the chat here. All right, I did some Chewy calls for earnings. I've already closed some. They moved up nicely for about 25%.
Hey, that's in a great trend too, Chewy. Made a new high, everything.
Jack, are you doing any Chewy for earnings?
Not for earnings. I've just been messing around with it. I love stocks that make a new 52-week high, and that thing's been in a nice little trend. So it's got everything going for it. You could do spreads, straight up calls, naked puts.
Hmm. Yeah, I bought some calls earlier today, and they're already up like 25%, so I sold some. And then GameStop has earnings too, which we'll look at here in a little bit.
What's the word of war, the war of words between the most powerful girl in the world and the richest girl in the world? Are they still going at it? I haven't paid attention.
Oh no, no. Tesla squeezing. Past 2 days, it's up like 10% because of
Are they
no.
still friends or what's going on?
Yeah, yeah. Apparently he deleted all the tweets and he's retweeting like stuff about LA. So the stock is up. I mean, it's up like $50 in 2 days.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
yeah, the only problem is you got to sell vol. That's the only way to trade it is by selling volatility because you know the options are pricing in like $25 moves each day.
Yeah,
So
not crazy.
yeah, I mean, I looked at it yesterday. I mean, even the weekly options, the stock was up like $20 and the weekly options were up like 40%. I mean, it's horrible. So if you're selling bull put credit spreads or selling puts, you know, it's really the only way to make money in it. Or doing call spreads.
Yeah, Tesla's a little expensive for a naked put.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna be, having a seven-figure account, if you're gonna try to do that,
Chewy's much better.
Yeah.
IDP,
Yeah.
that's been great.
Much more cost efficient, so to speak, than Tesla.
All right, nephew. Stock of the day, CoreWeave.
Oh, core, what do you call it?
CoreWeave.
Like a girl's weave?
I guess so. Curl weave, CoreWeave.
So I had this guy at the mall, my buddy, who works at the mall. He goes, Lance, should I buy the stock? It was maybe $100.
I know.
And I go, it can keep going up, but it's up a lot already. It's up 60% since then.
On fumes.
Yeah.
So I was trying to get in. It went public. Nobody knew what it was. You could see where it dropped down right there. Then I tried to get in a couple times at around 80. Then
Ah,
I tried to get in around 110. And I'm saying this thing's going to 150. And it got to 150. That's 2 days later. Then it dropped all the way back down for no reason. And now it's wiggling back up.
Jack, let's play a little game. What do
Okay.
you think between right now and the 13th, so this Friday, what do you think the implied move is? How much do you think
God. Well, the
per
beta
dollar or percentage
the
amount?
beta on this puppy is way over too, right? It's probably three.
Oh, it's the highest that you could probably get in a stock right now.
Yeah. So I'd say a new high. I'd say what are they been in a 30, $40 move?
Okay. I I'm gonna say 20. Let's take a look. Because I
At least
think
30.
you're
At least 30.
let's see. What is today?
Are we
Tuesday?
gonna bet a cigar?
Oh, I'll be there right there with you. What? It's only $10. You got to be
Oh,
kidding me.
no. That's was either that or nobody knows anything about it. That can't be right. It does that
It does that in a
while
day.
I'm at lunch.
17 points between now and end of the week. The at the money straddle, let's say $8 plus $8. Yeah, about $16. Dang. Here's the vol must have been a lot higher because the stock's down 4% and the puts are down 20%.
Now we got a lot of people on here. Explain, when I saw this and explained to me, it was awesome. So explain to the people how you're looking at this implied move.
So there's really a couple ways to do it.
People really need to know this. So
Yeah.
open your ears here, boys and girls.
Couple ways to do it. You can take the stock price. So let's
Uh,
just say 155.
okay.
We'll round to make it easy.
Yeah.
And you would add the at the money calls. So they're about 775. And the at the money puts, let's just say 825
Okay.
together. And you would get 16, right? So that aligns pretty much with the plus minus 17 right here. Or what you can do is find the at the money straddle. So you go to the straddle, you find the closest one in the stock price, 155, and you can see $16, $16. So again, pretty much right there. Or what you can do is um, you can use the market maker move, like the indicator I have, and it will show you per day the high, the low, range. Or if you want to get a visual, we'll give you lots of goodies. You can actually look up on your broker platform, type in implied volatility as a study, and then pull it up, let's say on the daily. So you can see actually implied volatility has dropped. This is why, Jack, probably it's so light because implied volatility dropped so much the past about 4 days or so. And so it's actually come down, probably because there hasn't been any too much craziness as we saw.
No news.
Yeah, yeah, no news, no Nvidia earnings, nothing like that. It's pretty, I hate saying it's gone nowhere for
Okay.
what, a week, but it was before that week, it was moving, what, 25 points a day, 20
So
points
check
a day.
this out. So do you have your calculator close by?
Yep,
Okay. So
pull it up.
let's pull. I can't do all this long math, but Nvidia owns 24,800,000 shares. So type that in. 24,800,000 times 155. How much is that?
Just shy of 4 billion.
So this is a when CoreWeave starts ripping and Nvidia was going up and people didn't know why. This is why.
Yeah.
Imagine
Apparently,
if you were able to buy the whole company without CoreWeave even going public. How
did
crazy.
you did you hear though, like the Nvidia's like their only customer though or something? Did you hear that? Or like Nvidia's their top customer? So basically it's like dependent, CoreWave and Nvidia are dependent on each other.
That's exactly how Google and Microsoft are doing their deals now. So Microsoft will do a startup, just for example, and they'll give them $40 million, let's say. Well, the very first thing Microsoft is going to do is make them sign a $40 million platform hosting thing where they can only develop on Microsoft's deal. They got to use their servers, right? Their cloud. So they're getting the company for free. And that's kind of the deal here with NVIDIA and CoreWeave. But nobody has a real handle on CoreWeave yet.
No,
What,
I don't think there's any kind of and I think too, because it's like a newer IPO, that
yeah,
IPO market is so hot
yeah.
that it's anything that's not, an Apple or anything that's like old school, and they have to chase alpha somehow, and they're chasing it, and that stock because it's the only, I mean, really, it's one of the only stocks that is moving at the moment.
This whole IPO market is a great sign for the
Yeah,
stock market
yeah,
because when you don't have an appetite for IPO, the market is not healthy. But right now, like Circle went public, you
yeah, I
know,
saw
a
that.
couple of these things are looking great. Now, one more thing about Microsoft. Pull this bad boy up. Shocked. I saw this morning. Look at 5 years. This thing's about to hit a 5-year new high.
Yeah, you want to see something crazy, Jack?
Yeah.
This,
See the 5 year first. Is that the
yeah.
5 year?
I think that's 10. Look here.
A 10-year new high. That's even better.
Oh, there's a 5 year.
Fight air right here. Nobody owns the stock higher. There's going to be a lack of overhead supply.
You want to see something crazy though? I bought
Look at
these
all that.
and
What do you
they're 20 million. May 22nd, a guy or girl bought 20 million in the December 500 calls. And look what the stock has
think?
done. Stock's up about 30 bucks.
You think somebody knew something there, or do you think he just took a shot?
Well, a small $20 million shot, what's 20 million between buddies
Yeah. Yeah.
at happy hour,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He probably was at a fundraiser dinner for, one of these politicians and he heard so and so overlook, some new AI deal with Microsoft and he said, "Oh, I'll pulled out his phone, did a couple texts and then next day put 20 million on the line." You know, little
I think that's how it went.
little little chump change between billionaires. I nothing too crazy. But you can in a stock like Microsoft because liquidity is so good.
Yeah, it's great.
And it's unlike Apple, it's actually moving. Have you seen Apple lately? How bad it is?
It's rotting on the tree, on the branch. It's about to drop. People are just
Look at
not
that.
into it anymore. You know,
Yeah, it really is.
they got to do something.
Yeah, I don't think it's just going to be left for dead, Apple. I mean, I think once you have like OpenAI and these stocks go public,
Yeah.
I don't, I think Apple will be an afterthought. I mean, there's just no point of owning it. I mean, what for the dividend?
It'll be kind of like Ford, just,
Yeah, yeah,
but that's the end of it, right?
I agree. It's going to be like a Ford or something like that.
How about Archer Aviation?
Oh, you're barking up my tree. I actually bought some
Right
Joby
up. I
yesterday.
took a little nibble
Did you?
back around 10-ish, and
I like it. I
I
like it.
love
I bought this one yesterday. I bought calls and sold some today. I bought
it. Well, it's so
Jo
funny.
Joby. Same kind of, that aviation play.
Yeah.
I like
That
the move.
scanner, one of the most priceless features of that scanner is that it turns me on to new stocks under 20 bucks that I never look at, right? Like we saw Rocket Lab, all those we did when we were sitting there in January and before that, I can't even remember what all we did, but they were all great little under $20 stocks that just were loaded with gunpowder, right? Bang, popping off everywhere.
Yeah, those small stocks are really, I mean, that's really where the plays are. Those little highly shorted squeeze plays.
So do
Because
you have a scanner like this one that's running now for stocks that are under 20?
no, no, I
Yeah.
mean it will show everything if a stock's under 20, if a stock's $5, $1, it will show everything though. The penny
Yeah.
option scanner, usually you find more smaller stocks. Like you see some $3,
No,
three
that
bucks.
scanner is deadly that because it opens your eyes to what's out there that you would not I would never have seen it if it wasn't for this scanner, right?
Oh
That's
yeah, same.
an added bonus. I don't think people realize that thing is super fun and priceless.
Jack, did you hear about this? Speaking of small stocks, Robinhood.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to ask you to bring the stock up. Um, can you imagine that? like $1,000 every kid gets into a Robinhood account when it's born.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. But of all the firms, Robinhood, right?
Yeah, yeah. You know
Missed out
what?
on this. Merrill Lynch missed out on this. Everybody missed out on this. But this is the new Merrill Lynch, right? This is what the young people like.
And Silicon Valley.
Well,
All the other firms,
loves it.
they're too worried about their reputation to
Exactly. To
be
innovate.
associated. Yeah.
I
And
Yeah, I
I-
closed my JP Morgan account. What a piece of junk that was. And then you look at Robinhood coming out of nowhere, building all kind of great features.
and you get 4% on your money or over 4% on your cash.
I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
might
it's
have
insane.
I might have to open a little account there.
That's what I did. Look, I'll show you. I put, I mean, I had more money in it, but then I had to pay the tax man.
Tax.
But I did, like, I got 5,000 bucks in it,
Yeah, good.
nothing crazy at all. But if you go to, I think it's gold, I think it's called, you get like 4% on your cash. Yeah, 4% on your cash on gold.
That's
And then you
amazing.
pay like $5 more, you get Robinhood Legend. It's like
What's
more,
gold?
pardon?
What is gold?
Gold is, that's a good question.
You got to pay or you got to do some
I
subscription?
think it's $5 for Robinhood Gold, and you get 4% cash, 4% on your money, and like they even have low margin rates. It's
Gosh.
$5? Yeah, $5. It's $5 a month. But I mean, for $5, I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
But I like it. I do it for my SPX trades and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's cheap, a lot cheaper than commissions on um the uh the Schwab or the Thinkorswim,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it nowadays. So I'm a big fan. But Jack, you want to look at some earnings here?
Yeah, let's see them. What
All
was on
right.
Chewy on the earnings calendar this week?
Yeah, I'll pull it up here. Actually, we might have in our thread on Slack, we might have an earnings calendar. It'd be prettier than going on here, but let me look here. Me and me and Jack are in a Slack where we have all these people post stuff. But do
Do
me
you
and
want
Jack
me
ever
just to
read it?
forward it to?
Yeah. I was gonna
Okay.
say, do me and Jack ever read our company
No,
Slack?
never.
No, come on now.
I got you guys. I'm gonna forward it to Lance real quick.
I think me and Jack are the only ones who really don't.
Hey, John Grizz, I got to tell you,
You should
Robinhood,
have it right now.
Robinhood is not the only firm that sells order flow.
Oh no, no, no.
Does sell order flow, but they're not the only ones. Even Schwab's doing it now. So hey, you can't. I'm not knocking the big dogs. I got position in Goldman and J.P. Morgan. So yeah, I'm long the stock, but their platform is horrible for the average trader. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. They left a wide open room for Robinhood to come in and innovate and take all this new young crowd out of the market.
Yeah, and also too, like even on Schwab, the website, I always tell people it's so outdated and so
Oh,
difficult to use, and a lot of times it's delayed, the data. So you're like,
Merrill Lynch is too. It's horrible. My mother-in-law is always pestering me to get in there and buy T-bill and stuff. And man, that thing is just archaic as they get.
oh, yeah, it's you gotta if you don't adapt, you fade off in the background. All right, Jack. So here's what we got today. I'm gonna write this on the side here on my with my pen. See if I can pull it up here.
Toby?
All right, we got after the close, we got GME, we got the junkies. So get your dice out. We got GitLab, GTLB. This is a software high flyer. Play, that's Dave and Buster's. Probably not enough liquidity for that one.
No.
Stitch Fix, which I think it's a penny stock where you buy clothes online. Pets, I want to say that's a penny stock too, so we'll get that one. Chewy,
Man,
Victoria.
on the same day, you got Hooker and Love Sack. Can that be coincidental?
Wait, where do you? For I didn't even see that. Um, when's that? Thursday before the open? You have the love sack with the hooker at
I don't
Victoria.
know what that's all about, but
Yeah. Victoria's Secret's interesting. My girlfriend says the can actually it was never mind, it was the other one.
the other girlfriend?
No, no. No, it's what's the other? They sell candles. But not Bed Bath and Beyond. Bath and Body Works.
Okay.
Yes. No, Jack. One girlfriend. It's been over a year.
Hey, that's good.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Well, you thinking that there might be something there?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. We you know, we talk about it a lot. So who knows? You know, Jack, you'll be at the wedding, maybe.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. Miss-
you'll have to come by.
Yeah.
But let's take a look at a few of these. Probably GameStop will be the funnest. Um, and maybe Chewy will be the other
Whatever
funnest.
happened to that purring kitty guy?
Oh, whoops, look, all my stuff got deleted. I think what happened was he made his money, then he saw everyone come after him with like all the banks got mad at him and all these people and we're just being a retail trader. And then I think he said, you know what, let me ride off into the sunset and not be out the limelight, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he was smart. He didn't want to get too big where there would be too many eyes on him. And he realized, once you are and, people start showing you too much attention, he was like, I'm good. And he just kind of ran off in the sunset.
Yeah.
And
Now,
I don't blame him.
is GameStop doing a leveraged deal to buy Bitcoin as part of their portfolio?
For
They,
sure. For
how
sure.
much are they raising to buy Bitcoin?
Well, they did an offering to buy. So the stock popped, then they did an offering.
Of stock, a secondary
Yeah.
offering, which is
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
in that news. So
And
they're
then
adding shares.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely a pump and dump, but does it really matter? No. You know, what's the implied move? 11%? Jeez, it's pretty big. So that's what, 33? Let's see how much the weekly 33 calls are. Hopefully under $1. 91 cents. It's not too bad. Let's see if we see any flow. Jan 2026 calls. Oof. These expired. These expired. These expired. Jack, I think I'm going to pass on GameStop.
Yeah.
Too big of a move.
So
11%.
what's your general earnings play? To buy calls or do a spread to the upside for the next day or lay it on?
Yeah, either or. If the options are expensive, I'll do a call spread. If they're cheap, if they're under $1, I'll do outright calls. If they're more than $1, I'll usually just do call spreads. I usually I go all or nothing. Like I don't do any kind of iron condor or anything like that. I either swing for the fences or I'm wrong and strike out.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. These hit, this was the other day, and these were the 44 strike calls. I mean, that's insane. That's 50% out the money. So yeah, GameStop, we're gonna pass on GameStop.
Yeah.
Have we seen any of these? Let me look at Stitch Fix. Some of these companies are gonna go bankrupt, like Stitch Fix.
And
September puts?
Stitch Fix and Beyond Meat.
Oh, well, that one.
That thing was like 240 bucks a share, but is it even
Yeah.
$4 a share now?
How do you know? Is it still public?
I think so.
$3. It is.
Yeah, at 4
Yeah.
bucks would have been my guess, but yeah, 240. man, I was like, this is the biggest short in the world.
It's how everything is. Everything's a
What do
pumping
you need?
nowadays.
It's a jelly that's supposed to be like meat, right?
Oh, I don't need it. I think it's
I never tried it. I should knock it.
I've
Pick
had
chicken, I guess.
yeah. I had enchiladas last night that were eggplant. I'm not gonna lie, they were actually really good.
Yeah, that's good. And those
Yeah.
big mushrooms, those big
Yeah, or
mushrooms.
the big mushroom, the portobello mushrooms are real
Yeah,
good.
that's good if you're trying to get off the meat.
Yeah, high cholesterol. All right, let's look at what do we else do we have? GitLab, and then we'll look at Chewy. We might not have anything in GitLab. Oh, GitLab. Well, who are these people buying January 2026?
Amateurs.
What are these people doing going out to January of next year?
Paying a lot for that time.
I ain't doing that. All right, let's look at Chewy. Yeah.
I think Chewy's the only real play.
So Chewy, we got a double whammy of flow. All right, what do we got? We got June 6th, we had the 48 puts, and then June 10th, we got so today, the 47 calls. Let's take a look at Chewy. You know, Chewy, the
Made a new
CEO.
high, which I always like that.
God, look at the stock. The CEO is the same CEO of GameStop, of Chewy. They're both Ryan Cohen.
Really?
Yeah, he's pretty well known for his pumps. By like he pumps up, he buys stock, he buy companies, and then he pumps them. That's his whole thing.
I don't know about this, man. This is like the Amazon just for dogs and cats.
Yeah, he bought puts here, or well, not he, but someone bought puts on a 52-week high, and the stock has fell. I mean, about 4%, 5% since they bought puts.
I guess Sean wants a trade. He says 2 minutes. Let's go. What do you want to give him?
Should we do Chewy or not?
Yeah, let's do Chewy.
All right. Should we just do the calls? I still have
Straight
some.
call.
All right. I'm just gonna do these 47 calls. Why not?
Perfect. For next Friday?
No, for this Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I'm pretty do or die.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
like that.
yeah,
Swing for the fence all the time when you're speculating, right?
yeah. If
That's
you're
what you're
wrong,
supposed
you're
to do when
wrong.
you
You're
speculate.
right.
Yeah. Otherwise, you could buy Johnson and Johnson and McDonald's and call it a day, right? If you're going to speculate, go for the fence.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna buy these. You know what? I think I'll just buy the 47 calls. Yeah, let's see what we could pay. Maybe 162. We need to pay 165. Do 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 do
I've been
do.
throwing orders in just to see what would happen at the market, and I've been getting some great fills like I would never have expected.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. I just got filled at 166, so not too bad. I literally did it one lot. And
Your
then I
boy
bought.
Tom, your Tom got 100% SPX vertical trade today that just closed out. A
No,
hundred
nice.
percent, Tom. Type in what you did there. You made 100%. How long were you in that trade, Tom? That vertical.
I'm gonna
When?
assume 6 hours.
Oh my God! Is that
Yeah,
the thing you were telling me with the 4 p.m. payout?
yeah. Both
So how would he make 100%? Just float that off the top of my head. How would he have done that?
so all we did today was we sold the here, I'll show you. And then
Show
Jack,
me.
we got something special we're about to start
No
too.
joke. 60 minutes, 6 hours. So
Yeah.
David got 100% too.
So all
Go
we did
100%. What is going on here, man? These people don't type in 100% winners.
today, Jack.
Sean got 20%. Yeah, two of
So,
them. Susie, what are you doing? Steve got 100%. I've never seen anything like this in my life. So did Ellen.
yeah, so all we did today, Jack, was pretty today was actually pretty smooth.
Yeah.
I'll give you a quick preview, and then we got something special. So this morning at 10 a.m., we just sold a bull put credit spread.
Oh, nice.
So we sold the 6,000 puts. For XXP, we did 600. So it was pretty smooth. And then there was a Trump Iran news. And because the market makers have been defending 6,000 pretty hardcore lately.
Yeah, they are.
And on this news that hit, it went right down to 6,000. And then look what happened. Right back up, right back up, right back up. So we had a pretty good cushion today. About
Wow.
25, 30 points.
Mark Clout's got 100% yesterday and today.
Good,
Here
good,
he
good.
got 100% in SPX and SXP. Dude, you're about to turn the world on its head with this strategy. I'm telling you. Now, plus, not only are they getting 100%, what do you like, 27 for 27?
Uh, yeah, it's been. I got to look at the stats. Jack, I had to fire my helper, so I got to do everything myself. I'm not supposed to
Ooh,
say, but I had to can them. So I got to update all the spreadsheets myself lately. But so I'll do it after this. But yeah, it was. We went live today too during our training.
I
So
love this, man. I love what you're
yeah,
doing here.
Jack, I will say too, and it's mostly because the people in the chat. I did some Oxy calls
Yeah.
um, earlier in the week, and they were cheap, like 31 cents. And they're up 100+% today. It
Don,
was
Don Tidbro, I got to just tell you, 3 days in a row,
oh,
100%.
Scott, good job. You went
I've never seen testimonials like this in real time in my life. Whatever you're doing, man, you're really helping people.
But Jack, all I'm doing is selling outside the market maker move. I mean, it all I'm doing is taking the price at 10 a.m., finding the market maker move, and then selling slightly out the money, and that's it. And
That's
since
not that's
and
not
since
what you're doing.
yeah,
You're, you're helping hundreds of people right here, is what you're doing. Hundreds.
and the beauty of it is since we have these short dated options that you don't have to take all that overnight risk and
Yeah.
all that kind of craziness that
Those didn't exist before. I mean, you're
I
really
know.
taking advantage of the new stuff, and
Yeah.
you're doing it in the most brilliant way. And I think we're going to show people something really cool, right?
And Jack, what is crazy is I I was totally against spreads for, I'll be honest, the longest time.
Me too.
I
Now,
really was against them. But you got to adapt and you got to adapt or else, you become a JP Morgan, right? You become or you're Morgan Stanley, you become extinct. And thankfully I did. So always try to open up your mind to new strategies. When the market is trending amazing, it'll be primed to buy outright calls, um, outright puts,
your
stuff like
people
that.
are crushing it, man.
Yeah.
Look at this, 14 out of 15. I know a lot of traders, and I know a lot of traders that try to help people, but I've never seen anybody help as many people as you have with this. This is next level stuff, man. Great strategy. You got people got a great mentor, perfect for this market condition. You got more love letters than anybody, man. We got to get the word out on this.
Why, thank you, thank you, and hopefully more to come. So everyone, if stay tuned, me and Jack have something really, really special to show you guys and girls, and it's been a real great ride. We actually closed out one trade yesterday for 50% and